just going to go live everywhere. Good morning. Um, Let me just go live. So excited to talk about bathing suits with everybody today. Here we go, going live on Facebook, going live on Instagram. I apologize that those of you on Instagram see like an extreme close-up of my face. I have no idea. I don't know how to fix that, but I'm working on it. So welcome to this week's Monday Morning Style Session. Excited to talk about bathing suits with you guys today. I know this is a hot topic. We're going to be talking about it all week. I have an amazing comprehensive swimwear catalog to share with you today. And tomorrow's video is the 50 best bathing suits over 50 for women over 50. 50 best bathing suits for women over 50. So welcome. Hi, nice to see you. So I'm excited to talk and to just share some of my tips as a personal stylist about shopping for bathing suits. Now, I just realized as we start this that summer is just a month away, but in Florida, it's already summer. It's already hot. It's already bathing suit season for many of you, where you're at. And some of you wear bathing suits year round, like indoors and outdoors and, doing various activities. So it's never too early and it's never too late to start shopping for your best bathing suit. So welcome everybody. So today I want to start with saying, the first thing that I think we should all just kind of admit is we should admit that bathing suit shopping can be something that we tend to dread a little bit. Like we have to just say, okay, I know this is not always going to be the most fun, but I'm going to be really strategic about it. And I'm going to take some of the dread out of this process, and I'm going to streamline it and make it easier for myself. So you're really not talking about, finding a suit that's going to fix your body. What we're talking instead is finding a suit that makes you feel beautiful and comfortable and allows you to forget that you're wearing a bathing suit so that you can go on and do all the fun things that you're going to do in your bathing suit. So the first thing I would say is you need to know what is the most important to you when it comes to fit. You need to know your fit priorities. Like the more fit priorities you have, the narrower the pool of bathing suits becomes for you. So if you're looking for bust support because you've got a very full bust, you're going to have a broader selection than if you're looking for bust support, a long torso, tummy control, and numerous other, like the more specifications you have for your suit, the fewer options there are going to be for that specification. That said, because there are so many options in every category of life right now, narrowing down your options is not always a bad thing, but you need to know what is your priority when it comes to fit. So if you know what that is, I want you to just share in the comments with me, because I'm going to be sharing bathing suits all week and I want to know what everybody's struggling with. Again, is it bust support? Is it tummy control? Is it bum coverage? Is it the ability to move and do all the things in your bathing suit? Or is it just the ability to lounge and feel cute in your bathing suit? Like, what are your non-negotiables when it comes to shopping for a bathing suit? The next thing I want to talk about is understanding your body shape and your comfort zone. So you want to know that and recognize that certain styles are going to highlight certain areas. And, my cardinal rule is if there's something that you truly are self-conscious about in your body, and that's true for many of us, just don't put a major detail there. Don't point where you don't want anybody to look. You want to really use the details in your bathing suits to draw the eye where you want the eye, and downplay the areas that you want to downplay. You can, and again, these aren't rules, but these are strategies that can help you feel more confident in a bathing suit. And let's face it, we need to feel more confident in a bathing suit. Many of us, that's a struggle. So anything that we can do to feel more confident, I think, is important. I think it's also really important to look at strategic design details that can really help you feel and look better in a bathing suit. So ruching is one of my favorites. I will very rarely wear a bathing suit without ruching because my tummy area is the area that's a little bit disproportionate to the rest of my body. So ruching can really define your waistline, especially after menopause when our waistlines straighten out. So ruching is a great thing to look for in bathing suits. it does really, again, minimize the tummy and maximize the shape in the waist. Another thing to look for in a bathing suit is color blocking. So where the lighter color is, that area is going to expand. Where the darker color is, that area is going to recede. So use that strategically. If you want to downplay your bust, make maybe find a color block bathing suit with a darker top and a lighter bottom. Color blocking is super, super easy. Fit and bust support, very hard to find tops that fit a 28D. That's such a great point, Julia. And definitely when we're outside of the standard sizes that are offered in bathing suits, I do want to say, for those of you who have struggled to find details like that really fit your body, you want to consider altering a bathing suit. Did you know that you can alter a bathing suit and you can alter a bra? If you go to a good seamstress, they can. So you might want to consider, and you would need a bathing suit with a D cup. But if it's not a 28-inch strap or 28 inches around, someone said that they're a 28D, Julia, then you can have that part altered. So just recognize that you want the best fit possible, and that might involve some alterations. Okay, more strategic details that are going to make you feel more flattered in your bathing suits: diagonal seams, very slimming, and also they're slimming, but they also add shape to straighter bodies. So that is a fabulous detail to look for. Good morning, everyone. Diagonal seams are going to do the same thing. I just said that. Diagonal seams and asymmetric details are going to do the same thing. They're going to really keep the eye moving. They're going to be slimming, and at the same time, they're going to add a little shape. So they really kind of check both of those boxes. Necklines are also really, really important. So choosing a flattering neckline, the neckline that flatters you in your clothes is going to flatter you in your bathing suit. So keep that in mind. Okay. Next little tip, and I get into this a little bit more tomorrow, is don't be afraid to size up or size down. This is the thing. If you're looking at compression bathing suits, like bathing suits that are designed to tuck everything in and suck everything in, you might want to size up in those, just the same way that we often end up sizing up in shapewear. Those are shapewear disguised as bathing suits. So you might want to size up in compression bathing suits. But for less expensive bathing suits, like if you're getting a bathing suit from Old Navy or Target, you might want to size down, because less expensive bathing suits often have less stretch in them and can kind of get saggy. So don't be afraid to size up or size down. I always say, and I will always remind you, nobody sees your size tag and nobody sees your birth date. Like, nobody knows and nobody cares but you. So just buy a suit that fits. Don't worry about what size it is. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, this is really important. Shop by brand, not just by style. So you might look at a maillot from a really uber trendy bathing suit brand and be like, oh, that's a sleek, classic one-piece bathing suit. And then you get it home and you're like, oh, if you're ordering it or whatever, that's a lot skimpier, or the fabric is a lot thinner, or there's no lining in the bust, or there's no coverage in the bum, because that bathing suit was not designed for mature women. So I'm not saying, how I feel about ageless brands, but I would say with bathing suits, we want to go for classic or ageless brands. I like some of the really trendy bathing suit brands, but you have to know what you're doing when you're shopping at some of the fun, trendy bathing suit brands, because you may end up with a bathing suit that offers way less coverage than you're comfortable with. So just keep that in mind. This is my suggestion. Shop the trendy styles from the classic brands and shop the classic styles from the trendy brands. I actually say this about everything. I say this about clothes as well as about bathing suits. So for example, if you're buying your bathing suit at Land's End, you want to shop for the trendiest, coolest, hippest styles at Land's End, because it's a classic over 50 brand, and you don't want to shop the classic styles from the classic brands. They are going to look matronly. Now, if you're shopping at bathing suit brand like PQ Swim or Dippin' Daisies, then you're going to want to shop the more classic styles from those really contemporary brands, because those classic styles are going to give you a little bit more of the coverage and the support that you're looking for, but you're going to be getting still that modern and contemporary look. So really important, recognize what kind of category that brand is, and I talk about this more tomorrow. Recognize the category that brand is and shop accordingly. The next thing I want to talk about is, mixing and matching like a pro. So in my opinion, don't come for me in the comments, the only excuse for a tankini Outside of activewear and like, practicality, whatever, the only excuse for a tankini is if your bottom and your top are separate sizes, are different sizes. So it's really amazing to have the option of being able to shop bottoms and tops separately if you've got a fuller bust, and your bottom is smaller. That's important. If you've got a smaller bust and your bottom is bigger, that's important. You're going to want to size separately. I prefer this, of course, in a two-piece bathing suit style. Like, I really love that we can shop bathing suit tops by bra sizing, and the lingerie websites are going to be the best for this. They're going to offer a wide range of bra sizes and bust sizes. So, shop accordingly and shop those separates. But if you're shopping separates and you're looking at tankinis, you want it to look like a one-piece bathing suit when it's on. You're just shopping separates for the fit. Okay. Test for function as well as fashion. I don't have to tell you this, but one of the reasons I encourage my clients, a lot of my clients, to shop for bathing suits at home. Like, a lot of my clients will order several bathing suits on Nordstrom or any site with free shipping, free returns. That's easy, and try them on in the comfort of their own home. And one of the key things that you want to do is you want to move around. You want to know if anything is going to come out, if you're going to be self-conscious, if when you walk around, along the pool or the beach, if you're going to constantly be pulling your bathing suit down or pulling it up or whatever. So you want to make sure that it moves. Can you sit? Can you bend? Can you walk? Will it stay put? Is it digging in? Comfort equals confidence, especially in a bathing suit. We all know that if we're messing with something or fussing with something all the time, oh my goodness, that is a confidence killer. Nobody needs that kind of grief in a bathing suit. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, it drives me crazy. I think this is just an American thing, but there's this idea in America that we need to be all natural at the beach, and we don't need to do anything to our hair. We don't need any makeup. We don't need any glam. We don't need any jewelry. Like, people, I remember growing up hearing like, oh, nobody wears that. Like, that's just ridiculous to wear, like, a little makeup or earrings or accessories or whatever at the pool. That just made you extra, right? That just made you like so high maintenance. Sorry, I think we need to scrap that. The most glamorous women in the world, the women that you see who look amazing in bathing suits, did not get that way by pulling on their bathing suit and going out to the pool. Like, they didn't. Like, it requires a little bit of maintenance and grooming, of course, but it also requires you to add whatever you need to add to feel confident in your suit. So maybe that's a little bit of makeup. I don't care. Like, when I was in high school and breaking out, I did not want to go to the beach without. And I remember I used to wear Clinique workout makeup. It was waterproof and full coverage, and I loved how much more confident I felt in a little bit of foundation at the beach. It wasn't, I didn't have a full face of evening makeup, but I think it's really important to know what will make you feel comfortable and confident. So the next layer on top of that, besides whatever makeup you require or whatever you need to feel your best, and of course things like waxing and grooming and having your nails done and having your toes done, all of that, it's going to go a lot. Oh, you always wear earrings at the beach and always get compliments. Yes. Like, who came up with this annoying rule that no jewelry, no makeup at the beach? I think that's obnoxious. The other thing I want to say is, you want to pull out all the stops so you feel cute, right? Like, you want a hat, you want like a flowy, stunning cover up or caftan. You know how I feel about caftans. I'm obsessed with caftans. You want the cute beach shoes. You want the cute beach bag. Maybe you want, your most fabulous sunglasses. You want, whatever accessories, jewelry, grooming, beauty, nails, lipstick. I don't care. Whatever it takes to feel stylish at the beach is what you should be wearing at the beach. Don't let anybody tell you that. I mean, I have gone onto a beach in not kitten heels, but they were beachy kitten heels. Whatever. Don't judge. Like, whatever it takes to make you feel cute is what you should be wearing to feel cute. And of course, you want to take practicality into account, but there are fabulous practical options for every category at the beach, from hats to shoes to jewelry to whatever. Like, just wear what makes you feel cute. Okay. So, something, if you're showing up at the beach, that's half the battle. So many people, and it truly breaks my heart when I hear people say, well, I don't go anymore. I don't feel cute in a bathing suit. we definitely do not want to get to the end of our lives and say, I didn't do any of the fun things because I was too self-conscious. Nobody looks at you the way that you look at yourself. Like, we are our own worst critics. Every other woman on that beach is focused on herself and how she looks and feels in that bathing suit, not focused on you. So just prepare yourself, do what you need to do to feel like your best self, and then get out there and do it. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is consider long torso bathing suits if your bathing suits are always hiking up. If you're always like, having to pull them down, or you feel like they're always riding up, you may need a long torso bathing suit. There are a lot of brands that have tall options and long torso options. You can consider a tall option even if you're not tall, if you've got a longer torso. So especially with one pieces, if you feel like they're always riding up, that's going to be something you want to look into. Some of my favorite brands for that include J. Crew, Somersault, and Land's End. All have great long torso and tall options. And of course, going to tall brands like Long Tall Sally, those are all going to have options for longer bodies. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about, this goes with my mantra that I talk about all the time, which is more coverage does not equal more flattering. More coverage does not equal more flattering. This is so true, because often we think I'm just going to cover my entire body and that's going to be the most flattering option for me. And that's just not true. For example, scoop backs are often more flattering than high backs. A deep scoop back adds elegance and it actually lengthens your body. And it's especially flattering for those of you who have broad shoulders or shorter torsos. I'm a shorter torso person. So if you do, consider a scoop back. Another, strategy when it comes to just showing just a little bit more skin and how that can equal flattery is going for a little bit of a higher cut, in the leg opening of the bathing suit. So a higher cut is going to elongate your legs and just make you look longer, leaner, taller, slimmer, all the things. And so don't think that because you're self-conscious, or because you feel like you've got something that you want to downplay, or because you don't love your thighs, or you don't love your arms, or you don't love your bust, or whatever, or you're plus size, or you're petite, or you're tall, that means you need to cover everything up. Be strategic about what you decide to show and what you decide to conceal. Okay, so I'm going to go back to bust support in bathing suits because I think this is so important. If you've got a fuller bust, like a full C and higher, treat your bathing suit like you treat a bra. Look for underwire, molded cups, side boning, whatever it takes to really give you the shape, the lift, and the support that you need in a bathing suit. For me, as my bust has grown, post-dish menopause, I really just triangle bikini tops are just not for me anymore. I used to be able to wear them. I just don't feel like they're for me anymore. I definitely need support in a bathing suit. So, and maybe it's not even just a full bust. Maybe it's that postmenopausal like softness that can happen in the bust area that might make you feel like you need a little bit more support. Okay. I'm going to go back to the coverage thing. You guys know how I feel about swim skirts and swim shorts. They're not always more flattering. Boy shorts look best on boyish bodies. They look best on straighter rectangular bodies without a lot of curve. But it's counterintuitive, because in general, the women that lean more towards wanting swim skirts and boy shorts are the women that have more shape in the lower half of their bodies. And especially boy shorts are going to expand the lower half of your body and create the illusion of more curves. So use these strategies strategically. I will say boy shorts have not been trending for a while, and swim skirts are just, to me, instantly read either toddler or too mature. Like, I don't think that there's a middle ground for swim skirts. Now, I'm sure there's an exception out there where there's a really sleek, really stylish, really modern swim skirts, but most of them look really, really matronly. Now, I will say that if you absolutely, like, there is just some reason that I'm not thinking of that you absolutely need a swim skirt, I will say that the sleeker the swim skirt, the better. You don't want one with a lot of ruffles and a lot of stuff going on. Like, it needs to be really, really simple and sleek and minimal. Okay. Next, prints can be more forgiving than solids. We know that, but we could all use a reminder. Like, it's important to consider a printed suit, especially, again, in the areas where you might feel like you are a little less secure. So bold patterns you have to be careful about, because bold patterns in bathing suits need to be modern. So if you're going to be shopping, as I said, if you're looking for a trendy suit, if you're looking for a trendy suit, look for a trendy suit from a trendy brand, but you want prints from trendy brands. You want prints from trendy brands. Like, you do not want a bold print from Land's End. You want a bold print from Aqua Bendita. Like, there's a very, very big difference. So if you're looking for bold prints, look for a classic style from a trendy brand with a trendy print. Now, smaller all over prints, however, are safer to buy from all different brands and are definitely going to be a little bit more minimizing and concealing and all the things. Okay, gonna go back to busts for a second. Bum coverage and a little tummy control. Yes, I think that's something. Truly, Lily, I think that's something 98% of us are looking for. 100% true for me. Skip the cheap shelf bra unless you have a small bust. If you are blessed enough to be able to get away with a shelf bra, go for it. But for the rest of us, they offer very little support and very little shape. So again, even if you're not that full busted, but maybe you're just feeling a little softer up there, or maybe you feel a little bit saggier than you used to, you might want to consider a little bit more support on the inside of a bathing suit than just a shelf. Like structured cups or sewn-in padding might be a better option for you. Okay, don't rule out sporty styles. They can be ultra flattering. Now, I know I said that more coverage doesn't equal more flattering, but I'm going to say that rash guards, swim tops, like the long sleeve bathing suits that they use for active wear, those can all be really, really chic and really, really flattering. So athletic cups, even with, like, if you need wider straps, maybe the color blocking, they can all really flatter your curves. They stay in place really well. They offer like a more modern look, and they tend to be really well constructed and stay in place really, really well. So definitely don't rule out sporty styles. I especially, like I said, like the sleeved or long or short sleeved bathing suits. Zip front suits. Speaking of long or short sleeve, many of them are zip front. Zip front suits can be really flattering. You can control how much you want to reveal, which is awesome. Like, you can control where the neckline hits. Adjustable coverage. They are easy on, easy off. They add a little visual structure, and they're chic. It's just chic and more modern. More self-conscious of your upper arms than anything, I would really consider one of those cool sleeved suits. And then of course, if you're trying to, minimize your upper arms, like having a fab open long linen shirt or some other fabulous cover up is just easy peasy. Okay, try it on dry, then wet it. If you've got the option of wetting a bathing suit at home, with obviously not going swimming in it and returning it, but if you have an option of wetting a bathing suit and making sure that it is not transparent and doesn't completely get stretched out, that's always a good idea. I'm gonna say, you guys know that at the end of the day, it's you. If the bathing suit isn't functional, you're just not going to wear it. Now, if you've got a smaller top and a fuller bottom, if you feel like you've got a pear-shaped body type, you definitely are going to want to lean into color blocking and consider a darker bottom and a lighter top in your bathing suit. Like, maybe it's color blocked or maybe it's a two-piece. The other thing to consider is having pattern at the top and solid at the bottom. Like, anytime the top is interesting and the bottom is simple, it's going to be an awesome option for you. I talked about ruching, but do you know that ruching, if you do not want a compression suit, ruching can have much the same effect as a compression suit of minimizing your tummy and creating a waistline without that compression. Okay, adjustable straps are key for many of us. So if you can find a bathing suit with adjustable straps, many of the better quality suits will have that. You're going to get a much better fit. If it does not work for you, if you found your dream suit and it doesn't have adjustable straps, don't forget again that you can have bathing suits altered so that they fit you better. It's really, I feel like it's a win. It's miraculous when we find a bathing suit that fits. Don't judge yourself if you don't find a bathing suit that fits right away. Like, the person who designed that bathing suit did not know what you look like, and so it's really more surprising than not when we find one that fits. Okay, I don't need to tell you this, but in the same way that you don't want to show up at a beach or a pool without whatever you need to look and feel your most glamorous and your best self. You also don't want to show up at a department store or a bathing suit shop with your hair in a messy bun and post workout and bloated and rushed. That's a recipe for disaster. Has anyone tried to buy anything like that in a hurry? Like you try to buy jeans and you've got 20 minutes? No, no. That's not the time to be buying jeans. That's the time to be buying earrings. Like you can buy earrings in a rush. You can buy earrings in a rush. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like an accessory like that, right? Nothing else is you're not going to buy a bathing suit if you're bloated, feeling uncute and rushed. Like don't set yourself up for disaster. Like carve out some time, 2 to 3 hours or 12 or 17. Give yourself as much time as you need. Carve out some time. Go alone or with maybe one trusted friend. Do your hair, do your makeup. Don't have cheesecake right before, whatever it is that's going to make your stomach feel or bloated or whatever. Like go when you're feeling cute, go when you're feeling maybe even neutral about your body, right? Again, do the hair, do the makeup, make sure you've shaved, make sure your nails look cute, your toes look cute, all the things. You want to give yourself the best possible shot of seeing yourself objectively in a bathing suit. And then I want you to look in that mirror and I want you to talk to yourself the way that you would talk to your best friend and say, that actually kind of works. Or you look so cute, but that bathing suit is just not fitting you properly. Like you want to talk to yourself the way that you would talk to someone you love. So keep that in mind, but you want to go into a bathing suit try-on session fully prepared, fully armed, fully glammed, whatever it takes. Okay, tummy control panels should support, not suffocate. I'm going to say that again, because some compression suits make you feel like, well, this is fabulous if I was just going to stand here and but again, this is why I recommend in compression suits, occasionally you might want to size up, especially if you're between sizes, but you want smoothness. You don't want to feel like I can't have a sip of water in the suit. Like nobody needs that kind of grief in their lives. Another thing I'm going to say is one shoulder and asymmetric styles are surprisingly, shockingly flattering. I love a good one shoulder suit. Any asymmetric details are really going to be minimizing and slimming, but also will create waist definition and a little bit of shape. They just are magical. Another thing I want to say is don't think that just because you're over 50 that you necessarily need to wear a one-piece bathing suit. You don't. I choose to wear one-piece bathing suit because I like my legs more than I like my middle section. So for me, and because of a short torso, I don't like the way that I look in a high-waisted bathing suit. So for me, a one-piece bathing suit just makes me look as a petite with a short torso, longer and leaner, and I just like that look better. But if you can rock a two-piece bathing suit, rock a two-piece bathing suit. Nobody is telling you to not wear a two-piece bathing suit. There are going to be some great suggestions for two-piece bathing suits in tomorrow's video. But for example, I just found a fabulous Aqua Bendita bathing suit for a client of mine who is she looks fabulous but it's got a higher waisted bottom, and she actually was comfortable and has a smaller bust, so she went with a bandeau top and a higher waisted bottom. So just play with those proportions and pick something that works for you. You could also do, of course, like a cropped rash guard if you wanted a little bit more coverage at the top. There's just so many options. Next, mirror lighting in bathing suit stores or in department stores. It almost seems intentionally brutal and awful. I don't know why they do that. Again, this is another reason to consider trying on at home in your own closet with good lighting, giving yourself some time, waiting until you're feeling more neutral about your body, trying those suits on in the comfort of your own home, making sure you can move, making sure you've got the lighting, making sure you've got, you're up for it. Because if you go into some bathing suit dressing rooms are just, first of all, they're like 1 foot by 1 foot. And so you're standing, 2 inches from the mirror, trying to examine every pore on your body. Like nobody needs that kind of grief in their lives. And I think finally, I'm going to say that confidence is going to be what's going to make you look and feel your best in a bathing suit. I don't have to tell you that, but confidence is going to sell it more than any cut or color. Do everything you can. Again, get yourself ready. Pick the best suit. Pick the best shade. Pick the best fit. Make sure it doesn't move around. Add a fabulous cover up, cute earrings, little lipstick, whatever it takes. fabulous sunglasses. And then go to the beach and own it. Go to the beach and own it. Don't second guess your look after you go to the beach. The second guessing needs to happen before you buy the suit or before you leave the house. Put your look together, go out there, own it, and truly internalize these words. Nobody is looking at yourself like you're looking at yourself. Everybody on the beach is just thinking about themselves and how they feel and how they look. So go out there, have fun, live your life, do all the things, and be blessed in your in the fact that you're doing something fun and outdoorsy and relaxing. I was going to get a bikini, but decided your teenage boys would probably disapprove. So yeah, that's a personal decision. You're going to feel maybe the bikini is for a trip that you take with your husband. And I really did switch primarily to one-piece bathing suits when I had my girls because I was in the pool with them a lot. I didn't want to risk anything falling off. Like there was just lots of different reasons. But don't make age the reason. Just don't make age the reason. Any other reason is valid, but age, I'm not going to buy that. It's just because you're older. Really comes down to what you're doing in the suit, who you're doing it with, where you're going, how you feel, how it fits. Like all the things, right? Okay. So I hope that this was helpful. I can't wait to share my 50 best suits for women over 50 in tomorrow's video. And I have so many swim looks, swim outfits, swim ensembles, because again, it's not just the suit, it's the whole look. You're going to put on the whole look to go to the beach or the pool so that you feel and look your best. So I can't wait to share all of that with you in tomorrow's video and this week on all of my socials. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you're not following me on YouTube, you're not following me on Facebook, even TikTok, you're going to want to check it out in all the places. So love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow.